Hello, beautiful viewers. Dom South of the Cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting cat-fitting stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. Why be unboxing? What do I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the packaging. What tangible item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right now, and subsequently extract the item from the box so that you can feast your eyes on it. You can gaze at this glorious item that I'm about to reveal. Let me render the contents of the box transparent. Bear with me. It will only take me billions upon billions of picoseconds to undergo the unboxing process. The unboxing process will commence right here, right now. Sorry about that. My pop filter just became severed. Let me briefly repair the pop filter. Bear with me one brief moment. Alrighty, sorry about the brief hiatus. We have paper. We have cardboard. A receipt. And of course, the one and only illustrious Jax Knight figurine. In conjunction with batteries. The box can be consigned to the trash, or it can be recycled. Does it have a pragmatic use? Yes, it does, and can be reutilized at your own discretion. This is Jax Knight. He's derived from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Action figure line, or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters action figure line. You can verify the name of that particular action figure line when you get the chance to do so. This figurine was released amid the early 2000s. It was produced by Mattel. This character can be summoned onto the battlefield when you utilize Jax Knight. I mean, a blunder. This character can be summoned onto the battlefield post summoning King's Knight and Queen's Knight. If you summon both of those characters on your side of the battlefield, you can prompt the one and only illustrious, renowned Jax Knight. Witness the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters series. You'll be able to see this particular character in action. I purchased him via Amazon.com. He comes bundled with a total control device that can be utilized to accelerate his hack and slash features. I need to unravel these plastic bindings. Once they're untangled, I'll flaunt the figurine in front of the camera. I love his aesthetics, I love his deco, I love his shadings, I love his textures. I love his aesthetics. I love everything about this figurine. I love his hues. Here's his shield that safeguards him amid partaking in a battle. Here's his deadly sword that he can wield in order to sever any adversaries within his vicinity. By leveraging his shield and his sword, he can trounce anyone within his proximity. He does not appear to have any major scuffs, nor paint smudges on his body. He is now liberated. It's too bad that he can't It's too bad that he cannot autonomously walk the earth. He's sedentary. He's an inanimate object. He likely lacks a consciousness. Yet I'll never be able to verify that because I'm relegated to the parameters of my consciousness. I cannot escape the domain of my consciousness. It's everything I know and will ever know and can ever know. Because I cannot see the world outside the scope of my own consciousness, nor can you, if you're a human being. Because you can only exist within your own consciousness. Alrighty. Once I equip his armaments, I can then flaunt him on my shelf. He stands roughly 6 to 7 inches tall. He coincides well with the 6 or 7 inch action figure line. He's an extraordinary addition to a prodigious Yu-Gi-Oh! Action figure collection. He has a purple skirt, a blue shield in conjunction with a blue sword. He has a dark blue tab protruding out of his body. Are there variations in his color scheme? There may be minor variations in the context of his color schemes. In other words, there may be various shadings of blue throughout the body, but it's arduous to discern whether they're disparate or not. Why? My vision is abysmal. Plus you need to illuminate him to truly see whether the variations of blue are different throughout the body. The skirt is purple, so it contrasts well with his armor. But perhaps I made a blunder earlier. Perhaps he just is painted one color, and perhaps he doesn't have multiple hues. But that is an enigma. My vision is just egregious, so it's arduous to discern whether the paint schemes differ in the least bit throughout the totality of the body. Moving on, he has articulation in the appendages. He can ascend his legs and descend them. His joints are relatively sturdy. What else? He cannot swivel his wrists. His fingers are semi-clenched together. They lack finger joint articulation. His head can be rotated. Is it on a disc joint? It may be. It seems like it is not, though. His shoulder pads are mounted to his arms. They cannot be detached, nor can they be unequipped without ripping off the adhesive that keeps them bound to the arms. I did not want to tamper with this figurine. I did not want his integrity to become compromised. The shield lacks some plastic filling in the back. It's not too much of a big ordeal. The sword is comprised of one color scheme, just like the body of the figurine. He lacks an ankle pivot. He seems to be relatively sturdy. This is not a shoddy figurine by any means. I love his metallic blue coloring scheme. It's very novel. It's very visually appealing. It truly appeases me. This figurine is shiny. I believe this color can be considered a metallic blue, but you can verify that for yourself. I'm not well acclimated with coloring schemes, but it does look like he's comprised of metal. So his appearance emulates his appearance in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters series. You can witness his character enter the fray battle and trounce anyone within his path. He can decimate any foe that stands before him. He will safeguard his kingdom by any means. You may want to purchase a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of him so that you can leverage him in the card game. He musters his courage and becomes imbued with passion before charging at his adversaries. He's passionate about defending his kingdom. He's a stoic, noble, valiant, remarkable warrior. You can slide this total control device into the tab. You can witness his hack and slash action firsthand. You can augment your action figure battle by utilizing this device. I'm done with The antics. I'll flaunt him on my shelf. I hope that I can retain him for the rest of my finite life. If not, dismay will ensue. I want to be able to retain my personal property and not have to relinquish it. Especially when I have to undergo tremendous sacrifices just to generate wealth and provide economic value to the market. Working is strenuous, is cumbersome, it induces fatigue and stress, and causes you to expend calories. I want to relish my life, I want to embrace the moment, but you need to be able to generate wealth in order to finance the amenities within your life and in order to gain subsistence. So it's pivotal that you work in order to generate net earnings. If you lack an income, your finances and your ability to retain your personal property can be placed in great peril. So you may want to strive to be self-employed or consider working for someone else if you absolutely have to, or do a bit of both. If you can seize the opportunity to be self-employed in conjunction with working for someone else when they need you. But I digress. My final thoughts about the figurine is that he warranted an asking price of under $13. He's a stupendous figurine. He's highly detailed. I love his seam lines. I love his biceps. His biceps accentuate his physical prowess. I love everything about this figurine. Gazing into the eyes of these figurines is a self-indulgent activity. His face represents perfection. He is the quintessential action figure. Perhaps I'm exaggerating. I'm just trying to embellish this figurine. But overall, ultimately, I have no qualms about this purchase and decision. This figurine is extraordinary. He's a novel figurine. If you're an avid devout Yu-Gi-Oh fan, then you'll likely relish this figurine. If you detest and disdain the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and if you are not fond of action figures, then you're apt to not find this action figure to be appealing in the least bit. So, whether you like this action figure or detest it is all contingent on your niche interests and your personal preferences. Personally, I'm fond of this figurine. I revel in gazing at my figurines, but your personal interests may not be akin to mine. They may be disparate. So, I'm done spewing words for my vocal foes. I'm done pontificating. I'm done ranting and raving. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.